Hi, I'm Erin with After Cancer, Solutions for Sexual Health. Thank you for joining me today as we talk about physical and emotional intimacy. My sexual dysfunction surprised me after my cancer treatment, but it was also a time for personal reflection and an opportunity for me to analyze what I wanted and needed from my relationship. I couldn't know at that time that my side effects from my cancer treatment would complicate my relationship and make it difficult for us to communicate with each other. Our first attempt at intercourse scared us both. The pain was just so immediate and severe. But I believed then that my body just needed more time to heal and everything would go back to normal. Our second attempt, though, weeks later, mirrored the first, and it truly worried us. I wasn't sure who I was going to talk to about it. This hadn't been set as an expectation for me by any of my physicians, but I began to ponder the questions I would need to ask them and determined who I would talk to, either the radiation oncologist, the medical oncologist, the residents, the nurses, possibly my gynecologist. I thought about those things as I also thought about the fact that I didn't really miss intercourse. It wasn't a source of physical pleasure for me, as it was for my husband. But what I did notice in the absence of intercourse was that there was less connection with him. I felt less connected to him, and I missed that. And I realized then that I was talking about two different things. Intercourse to me was physical intimacy, but it wasn't what I needed. I needed what came from that connection, which was emotional intimacy to me. Intercourse had become a shortcut to that emotional intimacy for me. And intercourse for us had become a way to speak when we weren't speaking, a way to apologize when pride got in the way of words. It was a way to say, I miss you, you still got it, I love you, and it made me feel attractive and sexy, and it made him feel masculine. Without it, sexual activity was pretty clumsy for us. We had no script, and we didn't talk about it. But not talking about it was like not addressing the elephant in the room. I knew I needed emotional intimacy, and I didn't know exactly how I could find it, so I considered everything. If you feel like you need emotional intimacy in your life, consider this. What do you love about yourself? What makes you feel whole and good about who you are and interesting as a person? Consider what love looks like to you. Does it involve touching or walking together, holding hands? Does it involve music, doing outdoor activity? All of those things may create for you physical or emotional intimacy. One can lead to the other. If you need emotional intimacy in your life, you need to define it for yourself first. Once you're able to define it for yourself, you'll be able to create it in your own life and then bring him into that if that's what you want. I'm going to give you some suggestions of some physical activities, some sexual, non-sexual, that you could consider incorporating into your behavior. You could dance together, which is my personal favorite. You could rub lotion all over each other. You could feed each other food. You could take a walk together, hold hands, or cuddle with no expectation of sex. Or you could have sex in a different way. You could have oral sex, or you could masturbate together. You could do all of those things, but the point would be to connect. Connect on a physical level or an emotional level. If emotional intimacy is what you need in your life, I want you to consider a few questions and answer these questions over the next week. What do you love to do in a day that makes the day worthwhile? And when do you feel loved? And what would you like your partner to know without you having to tell them? And what makes you feel confident and optimistic about your love and your life? Consider those questions, answer those, and we'll incorporate your answers into our next episode when we discuss communication. I'll give you tips and simple strategies on how to converse with that person you sleep with. And remember, sex is more than intercourse, and intimacy is much more than sex. Thank you for joining me today. And remember to visit our website at aftercancer.co, where there's great information and resources there for you. And while you're there, sign up to join our community of survivors struggling with these same issues. I give tips, advice, and resources directly to your email inbox on how to find intimacy again. And remember, your comments and questions are encouraged. Please comment below or contact us at aftercancer.co.